and welcome to this video tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make an orb effect in Adobe Photoshop. This process is a bit complicated, so if you're just starting out in Photoshop, I recommend taking a look at some of my other tutorials before watching this one. But for those of you who have a good understanding of the program, let's get started. So here's an example I made just to show you guys what we're going to be learning today. To start out, we're just going to open a new document. We're going to make the width 500 as well as the height, leaving pixels at 72. Okay, so we're just going to start out by making our outer circle, which will be the band, as you can see around this blue orb type thing. So to make a perfect circle, all you have to do is hold shift, and there you go. So there's our outer band. Now we're just going to hold alt and create a copy. We're then going to change the color of this to just a random blue, and then we're going to go to Edit, Transform, Scale, and we're going to hold Shift so it keeps its circular shape, and we're just going to shrink it down a little bit. And then we're just going to maneuver it into the center. Then we're going to go ahead and change this thing's color to silver, just like that. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and take the Altus Tech logo here. We're going to implant it. We're going to edit it a little bit. We're going to go to Color Overlay, and we're going to change it to white. And then I'm just going to go ahead and shrink it down, holding Alt, so it doesn't lose its proportion. Just like that. And then I'll just set it right here. Okay, so now we're going to edit the blue area so it becomes more orb-like. So we're just going to go to Blending Options by right-clicking. We're going to go to Bevel and Emboss, select that, and we're just going to play around with the options until it gets to a more soft orb-like appearance. So it's really just about trial and error with this. There's no real definitive way to get it right, but that should do it right there. We're just going to select Contour, and that should be fine. Now we're going to go over to the inner shadow. I'm going to bring it down to about 90, and we are going to edit the distance, and we're going to edit the size to where you get it right about there. So now, as you can see, it looks like the ring is containing the blue area, which is the effect that we're trying to get. Okay, so that should be fine. We're going to go ahead and click OK. Now we're going to edit the ring. So we just go to Blending Options again. We're going to go to Bevel and Emboss. We're going to soften it as much as possible, because we don't really want to raise the effect too much with the outer ring. And we're going to add a gradient as well. Just a silver gradient, just to get a sort of a brushed metal effect almost. Just like that. Okay, so next we're going to make this look more orb-like, so we're going to add sort of like a reflection. And you do that, well, there's multiple ways to do that. The first one I'm going to show you is with the pen tool. So we're just going to create a new layer here. We're going to go ahead and select the pen tool, and we're just going to create a bend right here, just like that. And then we're going to zoom in to get it just along the rim of the band here. Just like this, and we do this all around the ring, or band rather. Doesn't matter if you're not exact, because this is going to be very light. We're going to edit the transparency to where it shouldn't be too visible, so don't really worry about it too much. So we're just going to go to Fill Path and Delete Path. Okay, now we're going to go to the blending options again, and we're going to go to gradient overlay. Now, some people do this differently. I like to make one side white and the other a very light gray, and then edit these two where it should be at 90, or negative 90 rather. Just like that. Then we're going to go to blending options default, edit the transparency to about there. Okay, so now as you can see, it starts to look like it's a glossy orb type thing. Now we're going to edit the Altus Tech logo just a little bit, just to get it a little bit more detailed looking, as you could say. So we're just going to go to blending options again, and we're going to add a inner shadow effect. Very, very faint inner shadow effect. Just like that. Okay, so this is one way to get the glossy effect, as you can see there. Now I'm going to show you the other way. I'm going to delete this layer here. Now the other way is with the Eclipse tool, which I've selected here, which is in the Shapes menu. We're just going to select Eclipse, and we're just going to make a small ellipse here. We're going to add a gradient like before, and whoops, we're going to edit this to where it's just a light gray, and make it very faint. And then we're going to also add another one, a larger one, beneath that, just like that. So that's another way. I don't really like this way as much. There's also one more way, which is still with the Eclipse tool selected here, and this way is a little bit more. I like this way a little bit more than the last one. You just go to transform path and warp. You're just going to add a little bit of a curve to this shape here, so it kind of looks like a peanut almost. You're just going to add it to the middle here. Add that gradient again. And the transparency, or the opacity, I suppose. So as you can see, it's pretty simple to do if you have a good working knowledge of the program. I hope this helped. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.